Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a new AI from Google that has a pretty interesting goal. It doesn't just want to spit out answers. Nope, it wants to be your personal study buddy. And that could really change the whole game when it comes to AI in learning. This is the big question, right? For students, for teachers, for pretty much everyone. When you have this incredibly powerful AI in your pocket, is it just a fancy way to, copy your homework? Or can it actually become a tool that helps you learn better? It's a real tug of war. And this really boils it down to the two paths AI can take. You've got the answer key approach on one side. It's fast, it's easy, it gives you the what. But then there's the tutor approach. It's a little slower, yeah, but it's deeper, and it's all about the how and the why. One is just sitting back and receiving info. The other is all about active engagement. And that right there is the exact problem Google's trying to solve. So what's their solution? Well, here it is, a brand new feature called guided learning. With this, Google is making a really clear statement. They're not trying to build a better answer key. They're trying to build a personal tutor that anyone can access. So this is the official definition from Google, and you really got to pay attention to that phrase, personal AI learning companion. That's the key. The whole point is to move you from just passively getting information to actively building your own understanding. It sounds like a small change, but trust me, it's a huge deal. And this quote from Google's CEO Sundar Pichai just nails it. The focus isn't really on the final answer anymore. It's about the journey you take to get there. It's about building up those critical thinking skills along the way. Okay, so that's the big idea, the philosophy behind it. But how does an AI actually pull this off? How does it go from being an answer key to being a real guide? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of how it works. This process is what makes it so different. You don't just ask, hey, what's the solution to this math problem? Instead, you give it the problem, and Gemini comes back at you with questions. It prompts you to think. It's kind of like the Socratic method, It forces you to get involved and break the problem down yourself. And all that effort, recalling info, making connections, that's what actually helps cement knowledge in your brain. Way better than just being told the answer. And we're not just talking about a boring text chat here. No way. To help you really get these concepts, guided learning uses a whole bunch of different tools. It can pop up a diagram to explain a science concept, show you a quick video about a historical event, or even create a little quiz to test what you just learned, right on the spot. So, what's the magic behind all of this? Well, it's powered by a specialized AI called LearnLM. Now, this isn't your everyday general-purpose AI. Google actually worked with educators to fine-tune this model specifically for teaching. That means the whole approach is backed by actual research on how people learn. Okay, the technology is definitely impressive, but what does this actually look like for a student who's, cramming for a midterm? Let's talk about some real-world examples. This is where it gets really practical. I mean, instead of just Googling for random practice questions, you could upload your own class notes and have Gemini create a custom quiz just for you based on that exact material. Or if you're stuck starting an essay, it can act like a thinking partner, helping you structure your arguments instead of, just writing it for you. It's all about giving you the support to learn, not just handing you the finished product. So let's zoom out for a minute. This isn't just about one cool feature from Google. This is part of a much bigger shift in how AI is being used in education, and it's happening in the middle of some pretty fierce competition. What's fascinating here is the timing. Google rolled out guided learning just a few weeks after OpenAI launched a very similar thing called study mode for ChatGPT. That's no accident. It shows that the biggest names in AI see this kind of personalized Socratic tutoring as the next major battleground, and they are racing to build the best one. And if you need any proof that Google is serious about this, just look at this number. $1 billion. That's how much they're investing in AI education, training, and research just in the US. A number that big tells you this is not some side project. This is a massive strategic push to shape the future of the classroom. So, at the end of the day, what we're really witnessing here is a fundamental shift in thinking. We're moving away from the era of AI as a simple answer key and into a future where AI acts as a personal tutor, a partner that helps you figure out how to find the answers for yourself. It's a powerful vision for the future, that's for sure. And it leaves us with a pretty provocative question to think about. As these tools get smarter, more personal, and more woven into our daily lives, could it be that our next great, most impactful teacher won't be a person at all, But in AI,